My name is Casey, and I'm currently stationed at the Hawaii Institute of Marine Biology as a part of Kupu's extended internship program. HIMB is only one of the many places in Hawaii that are this special. There are many places that are waiting to be explored for their worth and value, and the community should be having the chance to go out there and see them. This is why this Play, Learn, Serve, and Work initiative is so important, because it's essential that our youth get out there and they get to see these places and ensure that they do their part to make sure that they're here for many times to come. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary, Kristen Sari.
Thank you. You know, Casey embodies the work that we're trying to do and the work that we're celebrating here by engaging youth as stewards through play, learn, serve, and work. And we are lucky to have such a dedicated person. I don't know about you, but I feel a heck of a lot better knowing that Casey is out there working to fight for our marine environment. So thank you very much. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for inviting me here today. And congratulations to you and to the city for being selected as one of the 50 cities in the Department of Interior's Youth Initiative. I am so very glad to celebrate this moment here, and I really want to thank you for your leadership in terms of the support for local parks and for public lands. It's really because of the leadership that you have and the work that this community is doing to get young people outdoors, active and connected, that Secretary Jewell chose Honolulu to be part of what is a national movement to try to create the next generation of youth stewards for our environment. Public lands are a trust, and it's one that we manage for the future generations. They're places that our families go to recreate, to seek beauty, and to find solitude. And Moana Park, where we're here today, which is a perfect setting for this event, I had the pleasure of walking by here last night at sunset and just seeing the number of families enjoying the water and looking out over the ocean. It was just really fabulous to see. These lands are also our watersheds, and they protect critical wildlife, such as the Oahu Forest National Wildlife Refuge and the James Campbell National Wildlife Refuge right here in Oahu. They're also our economic engines, and I probably don't need to tell anybody in Hawaii about how important they are in terms of generating tourism dollars and local money for the economy. And importantly, they're also America's storytellers, where we get to acknowledge our diversity and learn from the past. And that's true of Valor in the Pacific and Honolulu National Monuments. For the health of our economy and for our public lands, it is really critical that we work to establish meaningful connections between young people of all backgrounds and of all communities with the outdoors. Engaging youth is one of the highest priorities at the Department of Interior, and all of our bureaus, from the U.S. Geological Survey and its Pacific Water Science Center here in Honolulu, the Bureau of Land Management, the Fish and Wildlife Service, and the National Park Service are committed, engaged, in investing additional resources to this area. And we really couldn't be more proud than to partner with the city and with the YMCA on this effort. So we have big, bold goals of reaching millions of kids through outdoor recreation and educational experiences, of supporting 1 million volunteers on public lands annually, and providing 100,000 young adults and returning veterans with work opportunities on our public lands. One example of this is President Obama's initiative called Every Kid in the Park, which is to celebrate our National Park Service centennial. Beginning this fall, every fourth grader and their family will be allowed to go free into any fee-charging public land, whether it's a national park, national forest, Army Corps of Engineers, to really get kids out and active with their families on these incredible public lands. Creating job opportunities is another and very important part of this for young people. And that's why we're really happy to be providing a grant to Kupu to employ 20 youth next summer in Haleakala National Park. But we can only have the impact that we aspire to through really powerful partnerships. So we've joined forces with YMCA of the United States and the National League of Cities to help make our vision a reality and to expand the work that cities such as Honolulu are doing. And we're also really happy to have the support of American Express, which will help greatly expand our volunteer efforts. So what does all of this mean for Honolulu? I bet you want to know. We're providing 2 years of funding to the YMCA of Honolulu to coordinate facilitate collaboration, and grow resources and increase participation in outdoor programs on all our public lands. And by all of them, I mean your local parks, your state, your federal lands, and in our waters. Additionally, DOI is going to be providing a AmeriCorps position to work with the YMCA to support the vision of Honolulu for its expanded youth engagement effort. By bringing these resources to the table in Honolulu, we will be able to engage thousands of kids, young adults, and community members in opportunities to play, learn, serve, and work on all of our public lands, and what we hope will forge a lifelong commitment to nature and the great outdoors. We are committed to working with all members of the community to help realize the vision. We've appreciated all the work Honolulu has done so far, and we are going to look forward to reaching new heights. So thank you very much for all of your work, and with that, let me turn it over to the mayor. Thank you.
Good morning and aloha. Guys feel pretty good? I have to say I feel really good standing in Moana Beach Park. You know, it's our people's park, the most heavily used park in the state of Hawaii. 4th of July, we had 50,000 people here. And you know, the grass is brown in certain places, but look at this banyan tree. It is thriving, and it's just a beautiful specimen of nature and a work of art. And this park is much about living well in the urban core. We've made a commitment as a city to activate this park more, to take care of what we have and improve it. And so things like cutting down mangrove, planting a kuli, those are good things. So folks who say, no, just leave it alone, just the way it is. Can't ever leave something just the way it is, because things are changing. These mangrove are sneaking in here and starting to grow. We got a few, and we got kiki out there that are going to get big and block access to the island. So it's about doing better. But here's the most incredible thing. It's a program that's being put together by the Department of Interior. And if you heard Secretary Jewell come out here and talk about Honouliuli, she had so much passion. She had the room in tears. She's not from here, but she was connected to this place. But having Department of Interior say, we want to work with you folks as one of the 50 cities to improve our parks, to get the youth of Hawaii and the city and county of Honolulu to get connected with the land again, is so darn important. And as you know, here in Hawaii, there is that connection with the land that goes beyond just walking. It's a spiritual connection that many of us feel. We want to make sure the next generation feels. But the last part is that next generation. So you have the YMCA with Mike Broderick here heading it up, and the youth participating to help work in this park and make it better by cutting down the mangrove, by planting a kuli, and working with kupu. Where's John Leon? John, come up here and say hi. Just come stand. John, we talk about the brain drain here. We have young, bright kids grown and raised here who go away to the mainland and don't come back. John could have worked in Wall Street, but he came home and founded Kupu. And Kupu is a group, Learn, Serve, Restore, reaching out to youth around this island who maybe don't have the guidance that they need, that he provides. So they go to places like Haleakala. They come to places like this and learn how to serve, how to respect the Aina, and how to restore themselves and all of us. So I want to say, John, thank you for Kupu being there too. Thank you. But I have to tell, come up here a minute. So what kind of shirt, what is this shirt called?
It's called a tie-dye.
Tie-dye. We in the 60s know what tie-dye is. And I'm glad to see you brought it back. Do you make the shirt yourself?
Yep.
Wow, and the rest of you guys, I saw a tie-dye over there somewhere. A couple over here, you did your own tie-dye? Very cool. Well, anyway, it's about this generation helping make our parks better, so when they come here as adults with their families to watch the 4th of July fireworks, they can say, I helped remove mangrove. I helped plant a kuli. I helped make sure this land breathes. I hope you remember this day and stay involved and committed and work hard outside and do good things for our community. So with that, I want to say thank you. Mahalo.
You know, I know that all of you have had experiences in life where you didn't apply for something but somebody told you were selected? We didn't apply for this, and we're thrilled that we've been selected. I'm going to exercise my executive privilege and skip my remarks. It's hot, you folks have been patient, but the thing I want to do is to acknowledge our partners. The Department of Interior has been clear that partnering is key to this initiative. So let me just list to you those folks and those organizations. I was going to list the names of the people, but so many of you have come, I didn't have a chance to write down and revise it. So let me just lead the names of the organizations. The Hawaii State Senate, the Hawaii State Department of Education, the Association of Hawaii Independent Schools, the Hawaii After School Alliance, the Nature Center, the Hawaii Conservation Alliance, the Marine Corps, the World Conservation Congress 2016, the Japanese Cultural Center, the National Park Service, Fish and Wildlife, the Armed Services of YMCA, and Kupu. Now that's a heck of a list. Yeah. The Y would also like to thank American Express for their generous grant that will allow the Y to provide the community coordinator services needed to help us grow our programs and increase our reach. Together with Kupu, the AmeriCorps member, we will work with our community partners to identify service and learning opportunities and mobilize more volunteers to promote relevant and sustainable programs that strengthen and increase connections to our public lands and to track results and share success stories. We want to thank the partners that are here today. We look forward to working with all of you. We all share a common goal to ensure that our city's communities and those who live in them thrive. Mahalo and aloha.